Hi everyone. Due to receiving little to no feedback on our previous video, I've decided that we're going over some more interesting questions I came across, recently. The first is that I on occasion smoke and I do drink. And I have a net friend, probably you know her, maybe you don't. Her name is Kiora Mishisho, and we discussed once that why do I take alcohol? Because we're both into martial arts to some degree, or at least some sport, and she found it simply stupid to stifle oneself this way. Like, I'm impedimenting my own self because I'm poisoning myself with alcohol, and this reasoning is right. But apart from simply having the good effects on alcohol, like having a good time, being more relaxed, I'm sure you know all too well. You should also consider that it's like having another difficulty cast upon you. Moving while, perhaps it's an awkward word, but intoxicated. Even coordinating your movement is difficult. So it takes more effort to, let's say, reach out and grab something, throw it up and catch it. And that, I believe, trains you. Perhaps that's not scientifically accurate, it is something I believe. And that doesn't mean it's true. But if you can cope with the same thing you do normally, but under greater difficulty, I think you inherently improve yourself. So if someone's bugging you why you drink, you can say that, if that's at all true. And remember, of course, moderation is the key of everything.
Well, I think there's no doubt that the universe wasn't created at all. The great question is it finite or infinite? That's the answer which the scientists find the most close to reality by the theory of general relativity, and it's been examined with the use of process of redshift and several others. This is the theory of Big Bang. This is funny how creationists always argue about this theory and against, of course, while this has been first brought up by a Catholic priest, actually, who's called Georges Lemaitre. I think that's the correct pronunciation, but I'm not sure. Despite of several creationist opinion, the Big Bang theory doesn't express how the universe has a beginning, but instead how the present universe we know had a beginning. Some of the experts claim that the Big Bang was caused by the collapse of a previous universe. If you think about it, it would explain everything. For example, the second law of thermodynamics, which expresses that in a closed system where there is no exterior interference, the energy and the reactions always head towards the bigger order. This is also called the law of entropy. So if you think about the universe as a big closed system, all of the energy existing must reach the highest level of entropy which is possible. And in that state, the energy is gonna be, and the material is gonna be one great mass. And this is gonna be so big and so heavy that it's not going to be able to keep its own pressure, so it's gonna collapse. This is how black holes are being formed, by the way, and this is how the big collapse and after that the Big Bang is gonna form. This is gonna be like great chaos, because every energy is gonna be unneutralized, and this energy must form the quarks, the up and down quarks, and then these must form the electrons, protons, and positrons, etc., etc. And this is and these going to form the nuclei, and these the first atoms. This is called neurosynthesis, which has been taken place in the first 3 minutes in the history of universe, right after the Big Bang. However, what I am trying to say has a scientifically proven base. This is only an assumption. There are thousands of alternatives how the Big Bang could have been formed. It is barely imaginable for people to think about an infinite or an absolutely finite. If it's finite, then we have to assume there was a cause of the effect which started the whole thing out of nothing. But since there was nothing which could possibly cause the effect which started everything, we have to assume that the universe is not finite. But on the other hand, if it's an infinite thing that we are thinking about, the universe, what is it? Is it an infinite rope? Or is it a circle, a ring, in which we are going round around? And are we repeating ourselves, repeating everything, or every single time we begin a new round of the ring, we return into an alternative reality? It's interesting to think about that.